This week on the Spike and Jones podcast.
Welcome to the Spike and Jones podcast. We're going to talk a little bit about what we're living through. And then we're going to deep six the next big thing. So call your broker.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Spike and Jones.
I'm going to have to pee either now or in 11 minutes.
Let's do 11 minutes because then you got to speak into your mic, buddy.
I've got to speak into my mic.
Yeah.
My mic is no different position-wise than it has been every other week. Just so you know.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not, because I never try to do this because...
No. You're not on the mic like Marc Maron.
Does he live on it?
He does. He actually...
He actually touches
he
it.
rests
When
on
I
his
sing,
lips.
I do kind of rest. There's certain songs that if I'm screaming, of course, you ride it like back here.
Sure.
But if we get to the...
Tell you what.
Almost speed, I'm almost there.
People love when we play with levels because it's so hot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do the 11-minute thing. Do you got a few seconds?
I do.
We can let's kill the stuff that drives everybody nuts.
I have 660 seconds, actually.
Let's kill the stuff that drives everybody nuts, which is our political banter.
What did this buffoon do now?
What did we do this week?
I honestly want to get the drop from Caddyshack. It says, "Oh God, what's this buffoon done now?"
Okay, let's track that down this week. And then we
Cool.
can start.
Nice.
We can start dumping
we can do
it in.
That. That's
we
awesome.
can do anything we want. I got something really cool. So because I'm a partner of this band, and we'll discuss this in a little bit. Mm-hmm. They have a situation coming up in August where they are on tour, but their guitar player, for reasons unknown, is unavailable for about 9 days of the tour.
Interesting.
So they sent out a note to a few people. I got this email like at 3 a.m. saying, "Hey Rob, do you know a guitar player that can?" So I actually send it out to Scott and a few other people to see if we can get. Yeah, who's going to do roughly 7 or 8 shows in Norway and Poland.
In Norway and Poland.
Yeah, badass stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he?
They just have to be killer.
Wow. Our Manuel is Portuguese.
Yeah.
So he's travel ready.
Yeah, and they're going to do good. Shows.
Wow.
It's going to be a big deal.
Wow.
So, they're doing the summer circuit, so they're doing all the festivals, so they'll be playing the 30,000 seats. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, let me know when you need the drummer. And
Yeah, no
there.
shit.
But anyway, they sent me the stems.
Your drummer looks tired. I'm just saying.
He looks young. He sent me 4 songs, but he sent me the stems from all the songs. So I have all of the single tracks. Mm-hmm. So the other day I was just listening to the vocals. Remember that song? Well, I know you hated it. No. But that song with quotes around it that I played for you the other day, I was just listening to the vocals of that particular one, and you can hear the the bleed over from his headset when he's doing the recordings. And I realized, wow, they've moved parts because the audio that he's doing, even though it's in this part of the song, you can actually hear a different part of the song in his headphones, which means they originally had it in another part of the song, and they decided, we don't like it there, and they moved it.
Interesting.
And I love those cool little discoveries, right?
That's cool.
So, anyway, you know what? You should probably just go pee.
Okay. Why? Was I not paying attention?
Oh, no. I'm just thinking we're just
get in the middle of something. I know, and I'm going to be sitting here fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Trump,
Yeah,
Trump
that's cool.
and urine and Trump.
Trump and urine.
The Spike and Jones podcast is graciously sponsored by Justin Richards, founder and principal at Team Richards Realty Group in Bellevue, Washington. When the average agent you meet on the street sells fewer than 4 homes a year, experience matters. Justin and his team rely on more than 30 years combined experience, multiple financial market up and down swings, and hundreds of properties sold when advising their clients on their next sound investment or pricing a home for sale. Their goal is always very simple: achieve the best home price results in a time frame that suits your needs, all with the least amount of stress to you as a buyer or seller. For more information, visit teamrichardsrealty.com. That's TeamRichardsRealty.com, or call Justin Richards at 425-765-8088. And now, on with the podcast. Geez, man, I've been married 18 years now, man.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, and I mean, I hate to talk about it as number 2, but just the fact that I'm on a second marriage and I'm at 18 years
And
actually
that's this
reminds
one,
me
not,
how old
not
I am.
cumulative, right?
Correct.
Cool. Don't ever do that.
No.
Don't ever say I've been married 22 years.
No. 18 with
four
the
with her and 18 with you. Because that is a fuck. Nothing says I love you like I roll you with my old ex-wife's number.
Yeah.
Just to pad my frequent mile total.
The comparison thing is just so mean and so weird. And, so many people do it, too. They're like, my ex-wife used to do this.
Oh, how? Why? Why would you?
I think I did a little bit of that in the beginning.
I guess it's human nature, but we had a little, the ex has popped his head up again a week and a half ago or whatever.
Oh, geez.
Well, no, only because my older daughter got a call from a collection agency.
Oh.
Something that he had promised and told us he had taken care of in regard to her student loans.
Yeah.
And he had defaulted and was unreachable. So they reached out to my 28-year-old about a debt that he had left languish. And I got to watch my wife kick into, no, I'll call him mode.
Sure.
And it was physically uncomfortable for me to sit in the same room while she talked to him the way she talked to him. Not that he didn't deserve every fucking second of it. But, I would have, found a way to get to a solution that wasn't fear-based,
right,
but was more, do the right thing based, morality based. And she said, we're not even going to bother letting that one not work.
Yeah.
And God, man, the raw hate that came off of her through the phone.
It never goes away.
And then spilled onto me for about half an hour afterward because I was giving her the old, while she's on the phone, I'm in the room going, no, and she's like, do you think that fucking helps me when I'm trying to, oh my God.
Does your wife swear?
No.
So, but she loses her mind when she talks to her ex.
To him, yeah. And it's
it never goes away.
And it's nothing that he ever did to her. It's that my daughter still gets reminded how unimportant she is to him.
Oh, geez.
And that's what Melissa just cannot tolerate.
Yeah.
And will not stand for. And me trying to say, well, listen, man, we counted on you. We're counting on you for doing this.
Right.
And, Ryan's already it's hard enough for a kid to make their way without having to lug your luggage down the fucking track. So get on this. And Melissa didn't even stop at that station. That train went straight through to Haytown.
Wow.
And just, it was scorched earth. Scorched earth.
Yeah. I would like to think that I have, without turning this story around on me, I would like to think that my relationship with my ex, although it's non-communicative because she remarried a man who's pretty much sort of dominated her life in, I guess, always. So we just don't have any communication at all. Which is, again, probably for the best. But I would say that there are times, it's not like I long for a relationship with her, but as I think I told you when I first met you, what I really want for my kids, my older kids, is just to have a really close relationship with their birth mother, whether I have one or not.
Oh, and they don't because of the dominator?
Partially, and partially because of distance. They live live out here. Well, my son lives out there, but yeah, and in his situation, partially because of the dominator.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Do we need to take a brief moment?
No. I was turning these off. I was turning these off and down.
Okay.
So we didn't get interrupted. Because here's the drill. I got to be out of here.
I know.
On time. I got a 1:00 today. I'm not missing.
No, that's fine. Well, we'll probably do an hour, and this is going to be a short.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you think so?
We're going to cure world problems today, man. We're going to. People who listen to this are going to make money because of it. People listen to this.
I hope so.
People listen to this podcast and have a better life.
Nice.
That'll be our tease this week. On the this podcast, podcast, I will guarantee you will deliver you a better life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
let's talk about Trump.
This week's Deep Six is the next big thing.
Yeah.
So once we get past the next small thing, which is Trump's hands.
Well, you got to spit out the poison. Nice job there. You can't get better till you spit out the poison. I've come to realize.
Take a breath.
I let someone get under my skin yesterday I think you saw it
on Facebook.
Yeah, and and I woke up. It's still there.
That is
it's still
hilarious.
there.
You're holding a grudge.
It's not even that. It's more of a. I feel sorry for you.
It's the condescending.
Yeah, I'm like, look, I neither want nor need your sympathy in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
When I was told that I am not an American, and perhaps I should look for another country, and I'm just like,
Isn't that funny how that works?
I'm like, man, if you honestly think that political dissension and opposing viewpoints are un-American, perhaps you don't know this Constitution quite as well as you think you do.
Yeah.
You should travel and see the world what other people go through, and you should educate and read and learn history. And I'm like, lady, I've been on 5 continents. And not all the nice ones, okay? And
all the nice ones.
I didn't go to Australia, to snorkel.
You've been to the other ones.
I've been to the other ones, I said, I've met children who live in landfills, so don't fucking begin to tell me about perspective. And you want to talk history? I said, I'll go around the block with you forever on the history of this country.
But you just go to places that pad your political agenda.
Yeah. Like landfills full
like
of kids.
Caring about people.
Yeah,
My terrible social consciousness that requires me to be
He's
like
already
Christ.
done more in 2 months than Obama did in 8 years. Yeah.
It depends on what you consider to be good and
you're right.
bad.
Tornadoes do more for Oklahoma than construction crews can do in a
the
decade.
Finger of God.
Yeah. They sure do get a lot done in a brief period of time. Yeah, because we were just all clamoring for dirtier air and water. Now the EPA, they're going to lift those restrictions on those power plants because, seeing across the valley is so fucking overrated, man.
Well,
so overrated.
My problem is I've missed orange water.
Somebody who was it, at a town hall meeting, some Republican, and I don't mean to fall down the rabbit hole so quickly, at a town hall meeting, some lady handed a guy a glass of water, said, go ahead, drink up.
Yeah.
It's not important. You're right. Go ahead. Come on. Drink up. You must be thirsty after all this communicating with us. Your values are similar to our values. Go ahead. Bottoms up with that brown fucking glass of sludge I handed you.
Had to be in Detroit or somewhere.
Or in Michigan. I'm sure Michigan,
Flint, that's right.
Flint-esque, but that shit's coming everywhere.
Yeah.
We're going to dump coal sludge in the streams because we're going to save the coal industry. All 600 jobs of them. We are. We're going to save that.
It's really important.
Yeah, it is.
We need to create
Coal's
more.
coming back. No, it ain't. No,
we need more
ain't.
acid rain.
Yeah, we do. Flowers, fucking pussy flowers. Jesus Christ.
Japan is ahead of us now with Fukushima. We need to catch up.
God. And I'm not even going to get into tweet. Let's accuse someone of a felony. And I just love the dance that everybody else has to do. What he meant to say, we can't take the president literally. No, we really can. Stock markets and superpowers and rogue nations, they take them.
Businesses sure seem to like Trump.
Well, yeah, now.
Yeah.
In a short-term gain.
Yeah.
It will all come tumbling down.
Well, there's always going to be a correction.
Because everything, what do they love? Stability.
Yeah.
They love stability in the market, and he ain't.
Yeah.
Any way, shape, or form. When you're investing in coal futures, sure, or petroleum futures, and you've got a head of an EPA who wants to see the agency decimated.
Right.
When you've got petroleum futures and your new Secretary of State is going to try to clear the path for that $500 billion deal he's got with Russia, yeah, I imagine you're happy as a clam.
Yeah. It's a party.
It is. It's a party. Everybody forgets that over the last 8 years of the Obama administration, we went from being, losing 700,000 jobs a month at the end of the Bush administration to a net gain of 76 straight months of job growth.
Right.
While they were all small and they were jobs that probably couldn't support a family, I give it to you. That's true. There were flaws. I'm not a fucking idiot. But Trump brings back 1,400 jobs to an air conditioner factory in Indiana.
Right.
Because he promised them millions and millions in tax breaks to secure 1,400 jobs. Mm-hmm. Millions and millions in tax breaks to secure 1,400 jobs. So you go on TV and say jobs are coming back, and these idiots will parrot back. He's done more in 2 months than Obama did in 8 years. It's just, I weep. I weep for the fucking people who bought that shit show and who are taking us all down with them. I weep for them, and pissed.
I wonder how many times we can have this conversation and how many different ways that is somehow intriguing and unique.
Is it getting repetition?
No.
It is.
Well,
I understand it, man.
People, people expect it from us.
I don't want that to be who I am, man.
No. Well, it isn't who you are. Okay. You're a grudge master. That's who you are.
I am. Well, no. No.
You are.
No, I'm not a grudge man. No.
Brother.
It's in there. I got a grudge club in my bag. I don't play the whole course with a fucking sand wedge.
You got a grudge driver.
Okay. Well, I don't pull it out often.
No,
I don't.
I'm just messing with you.
I know.
Great radio, buddy.
But when I do pull out the grudge club, I fucking hit it hard.
Yeah.
And it travels.
Yeah,
I can carry.
You don't need a T.
Yeah. No. You trot up to the lady boxes. I'm gonna hit from back here.
You've got
it's gonna be all good.
Like slung over your shoulder, like Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. You're just ready just to lay waste into somebody's scream.
Yeah, that's I watch people backpedaling and trying to what he meant to say was and what you have to hear when you hear him talk is. That's just sad.
Yeah.
They must, the people who, I watched some lady last night on TV saying, it's not even him. It's the fucking ridiculously, embarrassingly weak staff he's put around himself.
Yeah.
If somebody can come in there and say to him, you really stepped in it. And you need to go out and say, look,
own it.
I've seen reports that our campaign was being monitored. And if that's the case, we need to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how an adult handles it.
Yeah.
You don't go out and blazing Obama did this in a tweet storm where you misspell the word tap.
Too many with a T-O. Just
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Tap up.
So what are you watching on TV that isn't the news?
Zombie killing.
As you know, I don't have television. Are you a Walking Dead guy?
I wasn't. My wife drew me into it.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome. I had to track back and start with Rick waking up in the hospital.
So where are you at?
Oh, I'm current.
Oh, you are caught up.
The kid's in bed at 8:59 on Sunday night, and Mommy and I are sitting there with a bowl of popcorn waiting, just waiting. And I love The Talking Dead, too. I love Chris Hardwick.
I like Chris.
Chris is a smart and funny kid, man.
Yeah, his podcast is awesome.
I'm glad to see him getting what he's worked hard for.
Have you watched Fear the Walking Dead, the sort of prequel of it?
I haven't yet. I haven't.
either.
Melissa's got into a little bit when there was a hiatus.
And you're a Breaking Bad guy as well, right?
You know what? I haven't.
Did you never watched it?
I haven't. I've come across because I want to start at the beginning and give it its due.
Yeah.
And I know that it's solid. From what I've even seen in bits and pieces of it, it's rock solid, brilliantly acted, brilliantly written. I know. I just don't have the time to divest or to indulge myself to 8 seasons?
Well, yeah.
It's a commitment. I ain't got time to make right now.
Did you ever watch The Shield when it was on TV?
I didn't.
With Michael Chiklis?
I love Michael Chiklis though.
Okay.
Even his time as The Thing was okay for me.
Yeah.
'Cause I love Michael.
So the Shield was so I'm not a really big TV guy, but so Twin Peaks, I think I shared this before, was kind of the thing that broke the mold for me and made me go, TV's kind of interesting, right? Because it was so not television.
Not TV, yeah.
Right? It was a movie on TV.
Yeah, storytelling got to be, the people figured out they could take the boundaries away.
And tangential.
And do anything,
Right, you could do anything. And then, of course, sort of modern day, if you will, especially like HBO and Showtime, Cinemax, they all of a sudden started series and then stations like FX came out and all of a sudden The Shield is on, right?
Just briefly, I've got a theory that we can thank reality television for making both the best and worst television ever.
Yes.
Because writers were driven from major network television.
Yeah.
Because they were all replaced.
Danny's show, did you ever see Breaking Bonaducci? It was awesome.
Was it?
It was awesome. I mean, I wanted to know the guy because I could see all the pain behind all the bullshit.
Yeah.
I wanted to come and fix him.
Yeah. Well, on.
So The Shield was on 7 or 8 seasons on FX, and it was bold and dangerous, and was very much the anti-hero, right? Vic, Michael Chiklis's character, was very much the guy who was doing bad things because he had in his head a good cause.
Right.
He
the flawed hero.
Right, the flawed hero.
Character.
Right. And that's what Breaking Bad is.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
It's the flawed hero.
Yeah. Overcoming unfair circumstances.
Right.
Yeah, you
right.
bet. For a noble reason.
I turned on Breaking Bad, so I had heard about it after season 2. I mean, I'd seen it, on the fringes. I don't really watch A&E, etc., AMC or whatever it was on. I don't even remember what was on. And excuse me. I watched an episode when I think the third season was coming out. They did a replay of everything, and I was like, it's okay. It just didn't really do much for me. And then
they were in a writing lull when you found them.
Yeah, and then I went to the first.
The one. You went back to the start.
I went to the very start.
Okay.
And so I watched that first one. I was like, it's okay. And then the second one was, it's kind of better, but it felt like the characters were wooden and predictable, and so I just turned it off. Mm-hmm. My wife thought, and she goes, "Wow, it's already dark." I mean, it was the second episode. You're like, she just didn't want to watch it. So because we weren't watching as a couple, I just figured that was it. And then about a year or two later, it popped on Netflix, and then it's sitting there going, "Come to me," right? And so I plugged it in, started over, and I'll be damned. Yeah. I mean, okay, so Twin Peaks was always number one, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. came out, and that, knocked it down a pedestal. I mean, the S.H.I.E.L.D. still has to be my favorite thing ever because it's opera. It was just grand opera. Really? Oh God. It's so phenomenal.
Really? Cool.
Oh God, it's so good. I mean, Breaking Bad is pretty close. So watch the S.H.I.E.L.D. Holy crap, watch the S.H.I.E.L.D. It's just so relentlessly mean. But it's not ugly. It's just you long, you long for the bad guys to keep being bad and keep winning because you can ultimately see the good in what they're doing. I'm not going to give it away because it would be a big giveaway for you and for everybody else who hasn't seen it. But there's a moment when a major character in the show is killed by somebody else that you really like in the show. Wow. And you're like, oh my God.
Why did they do that to me?
Exactly. And then the best part is that they end the show with all of the cops walking down the street from this murder scene. And Michael Chiklis's character turns and looks at all his guys. He goes, "We're going to find out who did this, and we're going to fucking kill him." And that's how it ends.
The series?
Yeah. I mean, not the series, but that season.
Okay.
But and then you're left to wait. But it was ending on such anger, and he swore. You know what I mean? And they beeped it. But I mean, then oh God, it's so good. It's so good. I want to watch it right now. It's so good. So anyway, Breaking Bad is it's very cathartic. You really, really want that character to succeed at all costs because you know what they are? They're us. Mm-hmm. We long to, because we're all kind of like the little guy who gets our ass handed to us every once in a while, and we so want to just get back at the world.
Fuck the rules.
And he gets back at the world. He absolutely. I'm gonna go out my own way, brother. Yeah. Nothing's gonna stop me.
Nice.
It's great. So do you want to just jump right in?
Well, it's a perfect segue. The next big thing is how's binge watching changed entertainment?
I'm glad you went there.
How was the delivery system? I mean, it's amazing what we can do now. You want to start Breaking Bad? Cool, do it. Give yourself a weekend to get full in.
A weekend?
I mean, just to get in. Just to get in.
5 weeks.
No, just to get in.
No, I know.
Because after 7, 13, 20 episodes of a weekend, you're like deep. The hook is set. Yeah. That fucking whale's towing you across the ocean, man. You're in. Yeah.
Good way to put it.
And that's how you watch TV. When TV not even TV, entertainment like that. That's the new big thing is the delivery mechanism for entertainment. And I bemoan the numerous channels that are on. There's too many channels.
Too many.
Because shit shows are on TV. You got to fill. Mm-hmm. You got to fill 400 networks or whatever it is. You got to fill. Yeah. Christ, and Netflix and Hulu and whatever, Apple and Amazon, they've got hundreds of thousands of things out there for people. Yep. So, and it's funny. It's kind of like music is the same. Is going through the same thing. The next big thing is delivery platforms to this podcast.
Right.
I mean, there's a place for every voice. Mm-hmm. That being said, every voice gets a microphone.
Yeah.
There's some sick shit getting put out there, and I know it's your favorite stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
and,
I don't know about that.
You like some darker stuff, and that's cool. I know. Your soul
I don't
is
revel
good.
in it though.
No.
Yeah.
You have a peripheral interest in some shit that I just like. I don't know. I can't find even your music. That shining thing. That shirt scares me. You have a taste for. That's cool though.
Black jazz.
I hear you like jazz. I love jazz.
No, this is black jazz.
Oh, black jazz.
That's what he calls it. Black jazz. Black
Okay.
jazz.
Isn't all jazz black jazz?
Probably. Yeah.
Sorry,
in
racist moment.
1922 is black jazz.
There was a great joke at the Oscars this year. It says, "What a weird year it's been. Black women save NASA, and white people save jazz." You know,
It's so true.
It was awesome. So I guess the next big thing is the preconception of how we get our culture.
Yeah.
Is gone.
Yeah.
Just gone. I mean, I still have to wait every week for The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You know, and that's maybe I'm the last generation that'll ever have to do that. You know, my kid's generation, my younger kid, they'll be the last smokers. I honestly believe.
I hope so.
I know, and I've been saying this for a while. I knew it wasn't my
Well, they'll
generation.
be the last smokers in America. I mean, 12-years-olds are smoking in Japan, bro.
I know, right? It's that fucking unbelievable.
It's all that hot, all those hot girls.
Well, they've all got universal health care, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So I turned it back to Trump.
It's $5 to get a 30-minute massage and chiropractic work.
With a cigarette.
You know it.
Yeah. with a smoke.
Oh,
Happy ending in a smoke. You have 12 put there.
Exactly.
So, you know, I guess our perception of how we consume is changed. I mean, look at Amazon. The next big thing, I know I'm kind of all over the map, and I apologize.
No, it's so true. We get it instantaneously.
And you know, and I jokingly always say I blame MTV because they shortened America's attention span to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, for a generation, and now we want even faster.
Yeah.
And everything is 1 degree more, better or worse than it was the one before. Every change is one degree more extreme in either direction. I mean, we talked about this. I love local businesses, but I fuck them every day. I Amazon every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Mom and pop.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, every day.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, you know.
I can save $12 because I get free shipping and I don't pay tax.
You know, it's not even, and it is, but it's not even the savings for me. I can sit on my ass and, you know, did you do that? No, hold on. Click. Oh, yeah, it's done. Now back to what I was doing.
Yeah.
I don't have to shut down what I was doing to go drive out and find something and get it here and drive around. And do they have it? Do they have it? Do they have it? The concept of driving around looking for something anymore, why would you?
I do that for my supplements because I take, you know, like dietary supplements.
You find them on Amazon? And
wherever I mean, what I do is I go into the store, I ask all the questions, and then I go buy them somewhere else. I'm sorry.
I indulge my girls, and you know, to a fault, to a critical mass fault. We found like a cookie. This little boutique cookie company had a bag of cookies in the store, and I brought them home, and the girls loved them. So then I bought them all at the store. Then I started driving around to different stores looking for them. I swear to God, I'm in a grocery store in a different part of town. I pull in to see if they have those cookies, and I get them and take them home. I've cleaned out the county.
Can you tell us?
No. I want them all.
Because you want them all.
I'm buying them by the case on Amazon now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You bet.
Really?
I got a case of them in my garage.
Really?
Yes, I do. Delivered to my door.
You're going to tell me when we get off, right?
Yes, I will.
Because I won't buy them, but I want to know. I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, they say,
Screw you guys.
I know, right? It's just for us. I mean, but it doesn't matter what it is. You know, my daughter in New York, I can buy a pallet of toilet paper from Amazon and have it delivered to my girl's apartment building for less than she can go down to the bodega down the block and get 6 rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah, no,
for what they charge.
totally. Totally.
And with Prime, I'm getting free shipping on everything. I mean, what, you know, Christmas time, every kid in my family across the country knows what the blue box that's from Uncle Jamie. You know, you bet it is.
That's great.
He wants a pair of Cal Ripken batting gloves.
Yep.
No problem.
And Prime, 2 days
No
for
problem.
free, right?
I know,
or
right?
whatever. It's
God.
free. It's built into the price. I get
because
it.
we have little ones all around the country, all 4 corners of the country, from cousins and whatnot. So, you know, I don't miss birthdays anymore. I just click, click, boom.
I got to admit that's something that's made it easier for me as a grandpa. So my grandchildren live in North Carolina, and I sent my son money day before yesterday because I just go onto my bill pay.
You know what size he fits. Boom.
I go onto my bill pay and go blah 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 blah, pink, and then I go, hey Zach, money's coming.
Yeah. Shit, I remember, you know, not even 5
Get what
years
your
ago.
daughter wants, take a picture of it, tell her it's from grandpa.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it used to be, God, you'd have to go and get a money order from Western Union.
Or grandma would send you a $5 bill.
My
you know?
Grandma actually sent my daughter a 20 in the mail, in a card, a real 20.
The way it's supposed
Grandma
to be.
knitted that herself. She knitted that $20 bill herself. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Lick that stamp.
Right?
Yeah.
God, she must have cut her tongue, the poor thing.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
that's, we're talking about the next big thing. I mean, I wish I could put my finger on the next big thing because, God, doesn't anybody want to know they bought Amazon in the first month?
But it's what comes
or
around.
Microsoft, I guess when you talk about the next big thing, it's what are people's expectations and what's trending?
Yeah.
God, I mean, trending is lack of patience. What's trending is the immediacy culture. We're not even developing. We're in. Those who don't catch up with the immediacy culture are just clock's ticking.
Yeah.
The end is coming down the tracks.
Yeah, it's funny. You talk about the next big thing, and you were talking about, you were talking about what you were just sharing with Amazon and wanting to know. I think there is something right in front of us that a lot of us are afraid of or concerned about, which is the marijuana industry. I'm telling you, dude, it's the Wild West. And nobody knows what's going on. And right now, states are overriding federal, and federal's going, well, maybe you shouldn't because we'll change our minds on you and then jail you and throw away all your stuff and burn all your cash. But they probably won't. But
probably can't. Yeah, no, I know. Who can say?
But I'll tell you what, man, I can't talk about this on the podcast simply because of non-disclosures, et cetera. But there are opportunities out there. If anybody wants to talk about it, out there for investors who want to diversify their assets by getting in the marijuana industry. And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to be made simply because you're ninth to the table. You don't even have to be first to the table.
Did you go to Comicon?
No.
Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, my brother went to one of these. We had a guest in, I'm going to say 5 years ago, we promoting Comicon. Mm-hmm. And,
that would be cannabis people.
Yeah. And, hey, you're in the security business. Mm-hmm. You know where your future lies.
Yep.
In grow and distribution factories. You think those people don't want security?
Yep.
Video?
Yep.
Electronic security? I mean, how can that industry be subjected to paper money? How can they be the regulation of a federal banking system prohibits them from, I get it, but you're talking about an industry rife for corruption.
Oh, sure.
And you want to make them deal in cash?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Well, I don't think they want to make them deal in cash, Spike.
No, they're hampered by the federal.
They're hampered by the government,
Yeah,
until basically it's federally legal.
Yeah, I get
it will
it.
always be the FDIC, the insurance issues.
And the train was heading down the tracks till somebody like a Jeff Sessions gets involved.
There's an awful lot of weight behind it, though, with so many states now. I think 27 or 28 states are actually participating in some form of marijuana sales.
Medicinal,
And all of them are medicinal. Some of them, of course,
all states have medicinal.
No, all
those 27 are medicinal.
Whatever
many
they
of
are,
them
27, 28, something like that.
Many of them share a recreational bin as well. Gotcha.
Correct. And I mean, the breakthrough is going to be when California goes
tipping point,
recreational. That's the one. It's all the weight of the voters.
All things reach a tipping point where you can't go back. And it's funny. It's
close.
Not to go political again, but I think that's where healthcare is.
Yeah.
I think you've hit the tipping point. You cannot pull this out from under the people of who've begrudgingly or not have come to rely on it.
Yeah.
And there's an old political axiom is you can't take away an entitlement. Once it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
And if you try to repeal and 10 million people, this will be the last Republican-controlled political system you ever see.
Well, in your generation, meaning somebody will forget eventually.
Yeah, we're idiots. We'll forget.
But I mean, ever since going to Japan in 1998, it was the first time I had been. I mean, I'd been out of the country many times, but I'd never been to a sort of democratic / socialist country. Right? Mm-hmm. Japan is very socialist in its medical system, and right, it's a beehive
because Japan honors generational,
correct,
which we don't. They're very disposable in this country,
and it's amazing. And as soon as I saw that in action. When I heard the Clintons talking about, well, we want to do this and this, I was like, why wouldn't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I get it. You guys have had it a certain way, and yes, it'll be painful initially, but no, everybody can be served. And this isn't some bleeding heart agenda.
No.
Everybody can be served.
As well they should. We had a debate this morning with a coworker about the right of health care.
There's that right thing, though.
There's
the word.
Well, I said
that's the problem.
No,
with it,
I know,
right?
I agree. But not to run your story off. I apologize. But I said, you have a right to a safe environment protected by the military and the police department. I don't see this as any different.
But then constitutionally, they'll say, but there's no right to health care in the Constitution. There's a right to bear arms.
They did say that, and it's funny.
That's what they'll argue.
But life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. I think that covers that. There's a great episode of West Wing, and I quoted it to my buddy this morning.
Does that mean I can have sex with horses? Because I'm happy when I have sex with horses.
Sure. You have freedoms. You have rights.
Doesn't mean that you can't be penalized.
They're not free from consequence. That's right. I love that one. There's an episode of West Wing where they're vetting a potential Supreme Court justice. And they're in the 11th hour. This guy's, he's ready to be confirmed. And they dig up an old paper he wrote about he's against privacy. He thinks that privacy isn't a guaranteed right in the Constitution, And they bring him in for some vetting with the chief there, with the prez. And they see he's, there's no blah, blah, and he starts doing this. Mm-hmm. And he says, well, is gravity a law? Is it written in the Constitution? He goes, no. And he goes, that's ridiculous. Okay. And the guy started quoting, I think it was Madison from the Federalist Papers. He said, we specifically want to be vague in the Constitution so that some fool in the future doesn't think, since it's not written in there, it's not covered. And the guy's like, are you calling me a fool, Mr. Seaborn? He goes, no, sir. James Madison did. And that vagary,
Aaron Sorkin.
I know. He's my hero.
He's a great writer.
Talk about binge watching. I've told you this before. There are days when I'll say I don't have to watch 2-3 West Wings in a row just to reaffirm my faith in our system from what we're going through now.
Oh, Jimmy Smits.
Oh, I know. I love Jimmy Smits.
No, he's awesome.
There are so many presidents I'd rather have today. Martin Sheen, Jimmy Smits, Kevin Kline. I'd take for God's sake.
That was covered in a movie podcast.
I know it was. It really was. All things come around. It's all full circle.
Kevin Costner. Wait a minute. It's like a merry-go-round. It goes around up and down. I guess consumption is the next big thing. We were to try to pull it back to the thread of the day. Yeah. How we consume is evolved. Yeah, with speed. I was thinking about this the other day that, you go into a grocery store here, it would be Safeway here in Washington State as an example, and they have the chip card readers now. Yeah. It drives me crazy.
Really?
Because it adds 10 seconds to my checkout time. It does.
I feel you, man.
It makes me crazy.
I got the swiping down. I've got that down.
I was like, no. I have a bank that my business account doesn't have the chip card in it yet, and I'm like, oh, thank God, because I could just bam.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm out of there. But the chip card thing is one of those next big things. Clearly, it's already happened, but it also terrifies me. The evolution of what it means. To me, I'm not talking about the Antichrist. I'm just talking about.
I know. The chip in the wrist.
I'm just talking about
your hand over it.
Yeah,
there'll be a palm scanner soon. That'll be the next.
Well, then people. Then it is easy to say, well, okay, that's freaking biblical, right? You're telling me I got to do this or I can't eat. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, you're going to grow your own food.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
It's
time to go to Tenasket and live in the woods with 30-06.
It's all a matter of degree then, right? It's all a matter of evolution. Because we've always, the monetary system became federalized and, blah, blah, blah. And then the banks became federalized. Information became federalized or nationalized at least. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
We all make these concessions for convenience. We're watching these shows and sure, they know every show I watch.
Yeah.
Okay. I try to. I'm hypocritical of so many reasons, so many things, so many ways. But I don't give a shit who knows what I do.
Yeah, no, I'm the same
I really
way.
don't.
I wouldn't post on Facebook if I cared.
There's an old somebody told me Bob Rivers told me this, about the internet, and he was right. If you don't want it on a billboard in front of your mom's house, don't put it on the internet.
Yeah.
Because that's about how much privacy you can expect when it gets out there.
Yeah.
And if you go in knowing that, Okay.
Yeah, no,
Cool.
here's an example that I'd heard, and I'm sure this is true. I'm just absolutely positive this is true, is that, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of amateur pornography. Okay, people, filming themselves having sex, and then they break up, and the boyfriend goes, "Oh yeah," and
Watch
puts it
this.
on.
Well, sure, yeah.
Gives it all his friends, and then puts
Thus
it online.
the Kardashians were
right,
born.
Right.
Yeah,
puts it online. Right. I had heard just recently that there is, of course, we all know there's facial recognition technology, right? But that there eventually will be a consolidation system that will be able to literally, like straight out of a Tom Cruise movie, be able to go, okay, here's all the photos online of Spike O'Neill in the past 40 years.
Right.
And inevitably, some of them will be with you.
I thought you were going to say there was a federal dick bank out there.
No, but there probably
they
will
have
be.
So they can penal recognition software.
Right.
Oh
So they can
God,
say that's
hilarious.
the one that raped me.
Right,
You know what I mean?
oof.
But no, seriously. And so there will be
just leave the luggage at the airport, sir.
right, like a search
Make sure
engine.
you check your tag.
Like
Yeah.
you go to
Yeah.
work at a Starbucks. You're 18 years old and you're like Tiffany Stevenson, and then it's like you're like, oh, she's hot. I gotta work there. I gotta work there.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Well,
so
I
much for
experienced
progress.
this.
How?
No, so not me personally.
Oh, so you're
I don't mean my. I don't
your
mean
junk
my.
is where?
I don't mean my stuff on
Junk shot.
No, I mean.
Why don't they call them dick pics, right?
Why do they call it junk?
Junk shot.
I've always
Come
wondered why is
on.
it called junk though.
Well, because it's useless, at least in my world.
That's not true. It just doesn't make babies anymore.
I think we've shared enough for today. Don't
No,
you?
I was working. I'm not going to name where, and because inevitably people will start like putting it together, right?
Rhymes with shardies.
Exactly. Rhymes with crack Donald's. Yeah. I was working over in the eastern side of this, over on the other side of the water.
Nation.
And
Europe.
Yeah. And I was working at, gosh, I gotta be really careful here.
You do.
I was working at a shop where massage is involved.
Okay.
And I'm not, this isn't a sex thing at all.
Okay.
Not even kind of.
Well, then you're doing it wrong. But go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short is,
I dare you.
about three. So I was working, and there was this lady there, and she was about 10 years older than me. So at the time, I would have, been in my late 20s, early 30s, and so she would have been 40, and she was odd, very hippie-ish. Stevie Nicks, basically.
Sure.
And attractive, but kind of oddly attractive.
Sure.
Anyway, about 4 years later, the web had started to kind of get some traction. This was the late 90s, early 2000s. And a friend of mine sends me a link, when links were, I don't know what a link is, but he's like, Rob, do me a favor. Take a look at this and tell me if this is this person, because I think it is. And as soon as it popped up, I'm like, oh my God, it's that person. I mean, and the point being is that there was all this porn pictures, not video. It was just basically her posing.
Right.
But of the person that I had worked with, and I was like, oh, she's not hot at all.
You're brutal. Well, reality never lives up to the fantasy.
Yeah,
Never. What's
yeah.
that, the John Cusack movie, High Fidelity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, reality in the fantasy's always got lingerie.
I got
It's
really
cute.
lucky that I met somebody who was not only beautiful, but I don't want to embarrass her, but I mean, my wife's just beautiful. She's beautiful, and she looks good with or without. She's just a beautiful girl.
Right on.
You know what I mean? And I'm really fortunate. I remember my daughter had said to me when she was younger. One of my older children, they were at a YMCA or something, and she said, "Mom, when I grow up, I want to look like you, because you're so pretty and so she's just a figure and everything." And I always just thought that was just so cute,
Nice.
because she's as she's in a sense actually a stepchild, but. We're just so blessed. I don't know. Where am I going with this? So
You start thinking about your wife's body. And
I
you
know
lost
I was
all
thinking about my wife's body.
Blood flow.
Love
up
you,
here,
baby.
Up here.
Yeah.
Up here. Come on.
I'm taking arginine now.
I want to know what that means. What is that?
Arginine is a
Call 1-800-ARGININE today.
It's an amino that you take that dilates your blood vessels, which helps in lot of ways.
Okay.
It's for me, it was for working out.
Okay.
But a beautiful byproduct is, a stiff upper lip.
The flag is flying in full mast.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
yeah. So next big thing. So what about bands or entertainment? I mean, I think of like directors, like up and coming directors. Ryan Johnson, who did the new Star Wars movie. And I mean, I know this isn't really on the same track.
I hear you. Well, that's a matter of taste, and I'll go with you there.
Yeah.
I mean, my tastes are antiquated, I think.
Well,
you know, and it's not that I'm against.
You said Frank Sinatra.
Well, okay.
I mean, he's not up and coming, clearly.
No. But when I say my tastes are antiquated, you played some stuff for me. The Yeah, was it right?
High Highs.
The High Highs. Okay.
I love the High Highs.
I loved them.
Yeah.
But to me, that while it's new music, it's antiquated. It's melody based. It's lyrically based.
It's pop.
It's pop that's well written with structure.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something that just falls out of
They actually
somebody's
call it
mouth.
dream pop because it's so ethereal. It's
Yeah. I like that. I mean, I couldn't put my finger on the next big band that's coming out. Everybody should start buying their records because they're going to be huge.
Yeah.
I thought I had found that in that band I told you about, Mother.
Yeah.
But they never caught on, never got traction.
Yeah.
Made 2-3 albums, and I'm not sure if there was a rift in the band and one of the components went off and tried to do something else and was better off without you.
That's always how it is, though.
That's always how it is, yeah. That's all things like that. I'm amazed that the muses leave bands. I'm amazed at bands who put out like 2 of the greatest like records of all time and then just put out absolute shit.
Yeah.
For the rest of their lives.
So you're talking about Radiohead?
No, well, I never got into Radiohead.
Really? Those first four records are. They're mind-blowing.
I guess every band has a heyday,
and then all of a sudden it's like,
and the great ones have that heyday lasts, and they can reinvent themselves and make shit that just blows your doors off forever, but that's rare. That's why they're the greats, in any genre. I guess that's that way too. But, we talked about the next big thing being immediacy. I think that's got both pros and cons to this kind of come back around full circle to it. We're seeing things at moments of brilliance, but no staying power. Yeah. In entertainment, both musically and visually, and in theaters and in cinema, I guess, whatever. Because there's a real track record and a learn your craft, form. Yeah. That's not there anymore. And while we get to see brilliant work from people who might not have ever got to see, like
thank God,
the guy just directed Moonlighting. I can't tell you his name. Yeah, but that's a brilliant piece of work. Yeah, and now since there's so many, I mean, what movie did fucking Amazon made a movie. Yeah, Manchester by the Sea. Yeah, and that probably could have been made by other bigger shops. Sure, for lack of the right vernacular. Right. But Amazon got to do it. And so now they've got cred and money. Of course, they got money. Right. But they've got cred, and they'll start putting out product.
Start a studio. That's what I mean, look at Netflix. You look at Netflix, they own the comedy industry now. I mean, they've made a commitment, I think, for the next 10 years to release one hour comedy special a month. Yeah. For like 120 months. Yeah. It's just insane. And we're talking like high-end, Louis C.K. I mean, great comedians. Yeah. Because they've got the coin. I've discovered some amazing comedic acts.
Who's the next big thing?
Well, I mean, I think Bill Burr is. Granted, he's been coming up for years.
Bill Burr's been, he's 25 years down the road.
But you know what? You know how many people don't know who Bill Burr is?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I mean,
well, he's also very East Coast, very caustic.
Oh God, he's caustic. He's like over the top.
I know, but there are people who have no time for that.
Yeah. Have you heard the Philly show? It's famous online. Go look it up. Anybody look this up. Bill Burr, Philadelphia. He has not a breakdown. He might as well have had a breakdown on stage. He spends, I think it's 11 minutes berating the audience
because it's Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have told you that was what happened.
I know, but but it's not like he said, "Oh, this is Philadelphia. They'll like this."
No.
He
had a preconceived notion of what Philadelphia is, and it just got out.
It got to
somebody,
him.
Somebody heckle him, and
yep. And he's like, "Shut up, you motherfucking!" I mean, and he went straight down the racist road. It's like you out there eating your fucking watermelon, sucking on a chicken leg. I mean, it was just like, oh my God. And the audience is booing him, and he's doing more and more and more. Yeah. And then he'd stop for 5 seconds and then start yelling again, and then eventually they realized we can't get to him he's just going to keep nailing
he
us.
Punched his way out.
And they start laughing at him being mean.
Oh, wow.
And then he's like, thank you, I'm done. I did my 10 minutes. Good night. Go fuck yourself. And then walks off stage.
Oh, my God.
And he literally goes, 9 minutes. You got that, motherfuckers? 9 minutes. I got to do this shit for 9 more goddamn minutes. It's hilarious. He's like, 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Fuck you in your front seat. Fuck you. So great. Sorry for all the swearing. But I love Bill Burr. But my wife, she can't stand him. She doesn't like mean comedy.
Right.
To her, comedy has to be like Bambi.
Well,
it has to be really soft and cute.
Inclusive.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can make fun with people.
Like she loves Demetri Martin.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant man.
Brilliant
man. So yeah, for me, the next big thing, really, I mean, it's funny you mentioned them was the Netflix thing, and then again I mentioned it a second ago too is the pot thing. Yeah, it's still wild and woolly, but man, I can't encourage people who are investors to jump on some opportunities out there because they're out there.
For all of you folks out there who are worried about the pot thing,
don't be.
I mean, for the love of God, folks, you've got a pharmaceutical industry so far up your ass.
Yeah,
I would love to see a natural, cartel take over for a pharmaceutical cartel. I really would. I would love to see the pharmaceutical industry fucking short-sheeted and undercut.
I'd like that.
Too. I mean, God, because that's a clean, pretty monster. Yeah. Because your doctor tells you it's okay.
Yeah, because you don't know. So I better listen to the guy who went through 8 years of school.
Sure, you bet.
But you know what, dude? I mean,
as he set sail aboard his 80-foot yacht, take these.
I've been down that road, and I'm not a know-it-all. I'm a former know-it-all. But I would say this, that especially trying to get my health back, going back into, working out every morning and drinking tons of water, except today, and taking supplements and I'm not taking supplements because I expect supplements to work for me, but taking the right supplements, taking the right kind of protein isolates and doing things for my body that are good. Mm-hmm. The one common, beautiful supplement everybody should take unless you're allergic to it is turmeric, because it's like the ultimate antioxidant.
Really?
And if you combine it with cinnamon, I know this sounds like something your great grandmother would have said in Oklahoma.
I saw this challenge on YouTube.
Yeah. Is cinnamon or black pepper. We're talking it increases the effectiveness of turmeric up to 1,000 times because of these natural herbs that work in your body as an anti-inflammatory. So, most people aren't anywhere near as overweight as they think they are. They're distended because of the way their bodies are responding to whey, all these different things in your bodies, right? Or our crappy American diet with the fake cardboard pizzas, right?
Right.
And then when you add soda to that, it causes an expansion. It's almost like putting rice into a bowl and then pouring soda into it and watching it just fatten up like a big sponge.
Right.
And turmeric, I know this is cheesy and doesn't sound true, but you look it up. There's not one thing that says turmeric is bad for you. And you can consume it in incredibly high quantities. It's super inexpensive. And I take turmeric 3 times a day.
In what form?
In a pill form.
Okay, really?
Yeah. It's $13 for a month's supply of turmeric. You don't have to taste it, so it's not like I have to go eat Indian food all day long, of which I am not a fan. Really? But talk about reducing the swelling. And I'm not doing it for the sake of like, I just want to look good and I don't want to do any work. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to do the workout. I'm willing to drink tons of water and get myself better and eat the right diet and keep my carbs low and keep my proteins high, my fats, the right kind of fats. But turmeric, man, I know it's been around forever, but that is the thing.
Wouldn't it be great if the next big thing was something so old?
Well, I think it is. I think it always comes around, dude.
Well, yeah,
that's my point.
Good.
Yeah.
That's.
Take turmeric, everybody.
No shit,
dude. I got a photo on my phone of the product because a friend of mine called me the other day and goes, "What's that again?" And I'm like, "Boom, boom, boom." And he's like, "Okay, thank you."
Send that to me.
Yeah, it's life changing. Life-changing.
I could use a life change.
Yeah.
I got a pretty good life.
You got me in your
I
life,
do. Well,
so.
you are my life change. You are my life sunshine.
Actually, I am your next big
You are
thing.
turmeric. You are.
I am.
I'm your huckleberry. I'm your turmeric.
You're going there.
It's right there. Are you there?
There it is. I'm your curcumin, 400 grams. 400 milligrams, excuse me. 400 grams, you'd be like, ah. So what?
No, another boy.
What other big things are you paying attention to? Are you paying attention to anything? I mean, are you and Nate the next big thing?
Well, it's funny. I would love that. I don't know. I love them. I can do this for a while. I can do, I've never been a planner.
I know.
You think?
Drives me crazy.
I know, right? The next
Are you
thing
sure
is,
we can do that tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, show up, would you? For the love of God, quit asking me. Just be there.
Yeah.
The next big thing better be transit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you talking like another form? Because see, I think the next here was my thing today. My next big thing is Tesla. They're on the ground. They're on the ground floor. They're on the ground floor.
I hope. I hope they don't get fucking short sheeted by petroleum. I really do. They won't. But there's now a push back.
No, there
on
is.
Electric cars again.
Yeah.
I heard an interview last week with a lady who was featured in the, Who Killed the Electric Car movie.
Yeah.
20-some years ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's back. They're going to do it again. They're going to screw you again, people.
Yeah.
We're almost at the tipping point. We mentioned tipping point before. We're almost at the tipping point of alternate fuels and alternate fuel vehicles. And we voted for the shitheads, plural, and they're going to push back. And we're gonna get put back in the closet for another 20 years, and another generation is going to have to, dig back out from this shit that we're piling onto them, our kids' planet. I think when I say transit, I mean I meant mass transit.
Yeah, like straight out of Minority Report, like electric freeways and controlled cars and non-driving.
I think getting us out of our car is really the way it's going to be.
Go to Japan.
Oh, no, I hear you.
It's so perfect.
Go everywhere. Go Europe. Go anywhere.
They built the infrastructure 100 years ago. They built a city. They built cities around mass transit. Mm-hmm. Here we built the city and said, find a place to put the mass transit.
Mm-hmm. Well, we built our cities around the first mass transit.
Yeah.
No, the first mass transit, which was waterways.
Well, yeah, you're right.
I mean, that was the first mass transit. And we're too short-sighted and we don't think long-term. And I hope that's the next big thing. Is that we've, we invest in a mass transit system, and we invest in the future of non-fossil fuel transportation.
Yeah.
I'd love that. I hope you're right about Tesla. I'd love for Tesla to be the next big thing. Elon Musk is he's putting out solar roof tiles.
Yeah.
I said that 25 years ago. Probably said it on the radio. He probably fucking heard me.
And home batteries.
I should send him a bill.
Home batteries.
Yeah.
I mean, they're charge stations.
Yeah.
They're making them for the home.
Yeah. So we can get off the grid.
Yeah.
And not need coal fuel powered power plants that are being deregulated now thanks to the Obama or the Trump administration.
Yeah. Thanks to the Obama administration.
I know. Well, I'm just not there yet. I can't call him the P word.
Yeah. Pythagoras. So it's my turn. It's my turn to go wee-wee.
Okay, good. Do it.
And we're back.
You ever see the video of the guys who were building road tiles? Solar panel road tiles?
I saw something about that. Like, I want to say that they were on the side of the road so they could light the roads.
We're talking about a road bed. These people invented a road bed that looks like a stop sign. It's an octagon. And it is literally a glass, like industrial strength glass tile that are connectable. And they are solar panels that can be used as a roadway.
Really?
And you could literally revamp the highway system with a solar paneled road tile that would power the nation.
Right, and that would or could power the cars that are driving on it if they had almost like bumper cars,
right? Or like those little HO things, those little things with I mean, we're going to turn that corner. That's the next big thing.
Did you know that Honda's created an electric car? It's a normal Honda, right? Mm-hmm. Just a small vehicle that has solar panels on the roof, and it completely self-powers the car. The car does not need to be charged.
Really?
Yep. But yet it's not been made available, and it's out there. It's not available in Japan in the sense of consumption, but it exists, and it's been proven to work. And yet, where is it?
Well, yeah. Old habits die hard. Old industries die hard.
Who doesn't like a 12-cylinder? The growl of a 12-cylinder.
Well,
engine?
that's
Lamborghini.
Well, then have them. That's fine.
Sure.
My uncle has a country place that no one knows about. And
Yeah. Speaking of Lamborghini,
a screaming red '69 Nova.
Yeah,
from a better vantage time.
They're going down that road. They're going down the road
Lambo?
of well, at least they've talked about it now. That the latest automobile show, I want to say it's in, I don't know, Vienna or somewhere in Europe. The latest, featuring all the cool stuff.
No, I hear you, yeah.
Lambo said that they're going to make an all-electric supercar.
There's an all-electric Bentley coming out.
Yeah.
A Bentley.
Yeah.
Because after you bought a Bentley, who the fuck can afford gas? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. No,
But,
you can't. I've seen videos. They get like 8 miles the gallon. It's crazy. They get nothing. But yeah. Tesla, again, it's proven that you can have a quality, high performance vehicle. Granted, theirs are expensive, but they're also first to market, and inevitably dilution occurs when everybody's electric.
Yeah.
Costs come down.
So are we the last generation that has to put up with this shit, this idiocy, planet killing?
No.
No?
No.
And our kids maybe?
No.
No?
I think we're 100 years away. I won't be here to see it.
We can't be. I don't think we can be. Talk about tipping points. I don't think the planet will survive another 100 years of this shit.
Let's go back to Bill Burr and let's put everybody on a cruise ship and let's sink the cruise ship.
Well,
right? That's his solution. He's like, hey, right? Who's going to miss 6,000 people? It's just 6,000 people. But if we do this enough, hey, there's 3,500 people in the world and I've got space.
But if we put the right 6,000 people on that cruise ship, we have to do it once.
Yeah. That's true.
The power brokers who hold us back to further their own self-interests.
Yeah. The Illuminati.
Well, there's something to that. I mean, I don't believe in the Illuminati.
Dude,
but
there is an Illuminati. There has to be an Illuminati. This is like it's like.
Remember in, do you ever see, I hear you, but So I Married an Axe Murderer?
Yes. I love that movie.
The Colonel, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, Colonel Sanders before he went teats up, and the Vatican. Well, you'll buy my chicken.
I
Put the chemical on the Mr. Crave fortnightly, you smart ass.
Move your head out. It's got its own.
Move.
It's got its own gravitational
weather system. It's like Sputnik. It's like an orange on a toothpick. It's got its own weather system. That's a wee bit offsides, eh?
That's a guy who's not
cry
welcome
himself
anymore.
to sleep on his huge pillow. I saw he was on one of the late night shows last night. I wonder why. I wonder if he's doing something.
Oh, he must have.
Yeah.
I was wondering about him.
He got tired. Was it the Kanye moment that George Bush doesn't like black people? Because he was standing next to Kanye.
No, like he's looking at him like, what was 2005? It might have been. The Love Guru killed him.
No, the Cat in the Hat killed him. That was such an atrocity.
That is that too. But the Love Guru started
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Started the downward decline.
Yeah.
I got tired. Look, the first Austin Powers, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater. I love that movie. The second one, I was really disappointed in. The third one, I actually enjoyed Beyonce.
Yeah.
God, she's a good-looking woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got tired of the whole, just the silly. He became the new Jim Carrey. Just over the top. Just stop.
Dead Horse Productions presents Austin Powers 12.
Yeah. Just really
I
old. Okay. I don't have anything else to talk about.
We haven't even started, man. Shit.
Okay, hit me up.
It's funny. You're talking about the next big thing, and we're trying to put our fingers on the one thing, like it's an investment opportunity or something.
Yeah.
But I think the next big thing is delivery of all things. It's everything. You can't invent a new cookie. You can't invent a new show. It's delivery is everything, whether it be power, whether it be entertainment, safety.
I've got one for you.
Okay.
You were talking about delivery, and you were talking about a TV as an example. So I know you don't like or not a big fan of David Lynch and the whole Twin Peaks thing, but that Twin Peaks is
they're working on it.
Season 3 is coming out after 25 years.
Right.
Okay. Well, the producers, that would be David Lynch and Mark Frost and a few other people at Showtime, have said we're going to break the mold in what this show does. We don't want to do traditional advertising. We don't want to make it binge worthy. quickly. We don't want you to be able to consume this in one day.
Right.
At the same time, they don't necessarily, they want to take advantage of speed and what the internet expects. So they don't want to just drip it out over a course of like 19 months or something crazy.
Right.
But what they are doing is they are featuring the premiere and the first 2 hours. It's a 18-hour show, so it's closed-ended. This new season. The first 2 hours they are presenting on opening night. And then the next 2 hours they are making available online should you want to see it ahead of
the TV broadcast.
The TV broadcasts.
Cool. Yeah.
So everybody's out there trying new ways to create create juice, and I'm not sure I like this delivery system, but I do like the fact that at least somebody's trying something different.
Will there be enough people who do like this new delivery system? That's the thing. Is it a viable, vehicle for them to get to where they need to go?
I don't know.
But are there enough people who will say yes? Well, and it will still be available under the system you're comfortable and familiar with, and the way you wanted to get it, the way you want to consume it, the way you want it delivered.
Well, a show to me, my frustration with it as a fan is a show like Twin Peaks needs to be digested over a week.
It really does. It diminishes the effect.
Absolutely.
Well, that's like everything. You eat a whole turkey.
Right.
It's better if you have some turkey, then you have some leftover turkey, then you have soup.
Yeah.
Then you have to,
But you look at House of Cards, you look at Stranger Things, both great shows, and you could consume them all in a weekend.
It's funny. My wife consumed Stranger Things in a weekend.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Darby and I joined her to watch it one a week.
Nice.
Melissa is insisting that we watch it one a week.
That's great.
So it can settle in, so you can digest it, to your point. I love that.
Have you watched it all yet?
We're about to wrap up. We've got 2 episodes left in season 1.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty great. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Winona,
and it's spot on. They own the 80s.
I love Winona Ryder's work in this.
She's
fucking brilliant. Who wouldn't have the hots for Winona Ryder? Good Lord, man. Come on.
Those eyes.
I'm telling you.
Oh, my
Even
gosh.
when she was batshit crazy and
Girl Interrupted.
Oh, my God, man. She's just a fucking little angel.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Yeah.
I didn't like her as a blonde in Edward Scissorhands. That didn't work for me.
I did.
Did it work for you? That's okay.
I just liked
See?
Winona Ryder.
I know. I hear you, man.
I liked her when she was. Oh God, I can't believe I almost said that out loud. I was gonna say I liked her when she was 15 in Heathers.
She's gorgeous. Come on, she's gorgeous.
Heathers.
You bet.
Like so creepy.
Of course she is. Yeah.
I watched that. And I was like, oh my God, she's 15. She's beautiful.
Oh yeah. But she can act, man. She's
a great
brilliant
actress.
in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I saw. Is it Joyce? Right? Joyce in Great Stranger Things. I saw one at Comicon. A girl was walking around in the jacket
it's
with
my friend's
with
daughter.
The ball of lights.
It's my friend's daughter.
At the ball of lights at Comicon, she was great.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Scott Adams. So when Scott and I don't know if you know this.
My Scott Adams?
Your Scott Adams. He put a band together.
He's got a daughter?
No.
Okay.
He put a band together called King Jr.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was the drummer.
Okay.
So
you're the drummer, King Jr.?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
So
you can drum. Holy shit.
So nice. So I can. You're right. Jay Lawless.
I know Jay.
That's his daughter.
No kidding.
That was his daughter.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you see Jay ever?
I see him once every brief. I mean, he's such a great guy, and he's a great player. Actually, I told Jay about the whole Shining. He's like, it's not my thing.
No, I'm with you. But that's the beauty of it.
But the girl who played Joyce, is that her name? The girl, the swimming pool.
Yeah. That's Barb.
That's Barb. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, Joyce was the mom. Right.
Okay, I'm talking about Barb. I'm sorry.
No, I saw a girl at Comic-Con walk around as Joyce.
Oh.
She had a little wig on. She had a little green army jacket, and she had the ball of lights.
Oh,
okay. Like, awesome.
That's great.
Because I saw a bunch of 11s. There's a bunch of 11s.
Yeah, of course.
There was there was a 40-year-old guy there in a little pink dress and a little fake nosebleed, holding a bottle of waffles. I'm like, or a bag of waffles. I'm like, good job, brother. Good job. And I saw a few Barbs and I saw a few Crews.
So Barb was J Laws.
Okay.
J Laws. I
saw a few Barbs there.
The Barbs were great.
I saw one Joyce.
But the real Barb was there.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
And so she is my friend's niece.
The real Barb?
Yeah, the real
cool.
Barb. So my friend Michael Purser, who lives out in Duval, she's his niece.
Neat. Right on.
And I want to meet her. I want to have her on the podcast.
Right on.
Actually.
Yeah. Great.
Speaking of which, I really want to put this out there. I know you and I have talked about it. The next great thing, too, my wife had mentioned that we, and I'm going to say this on the air here so people can actually just deal with it and digest it, but I would love to see some responses on Facebook, etc., and make us do what you want, my wife had recommended. She wrote, also I'll just tell you what she wrote me. For Spike and Jones, what about having a section maybe in the end of the podcast for introducing a local band and play their music? Seattleites love getting local fruits and vegetables and even local microbrewed beer, so why not go local on music? And I'm like, I like that idea. I'm not saying...
a terrible idea. I love you, and I haven't met your wife yet, but I know I love her anyway because she's with you.
I love the fact that you said that's a terrible idea, and you mean it.
It is. It's a terrible idea.
Honey, you suck.
No. Well, let me explain something really quick.
Okay.
Let me explain something really quick. It's the start of a brilliant idea.
Okay.
Always go to the next idea. Never settle for the first idea. Okay.
Oh.
Because the first idea is easy. Everybody gets the first idea.
Sure.
You write the same joke. You see the same joke that night on the Tonight Show. Okay.
Right.
Everybody got the first joke.
Yeah.
Keep going. What's next? Okay.
That's what makes you so cool.
A local segment on the podcast is fucking brilliant, and I give your wife credit for all that.
I think that's what she means.
Well, did she mean local music?
Well,
Because here's the problem with local music. We did it. It's a great idea. People do love it, but after a while, you've scraped the barrel and you got shit on.
Well, yeah, because there's very few bands that
that are worthy, right? That you're going to love, that people are going to care about and love.
Okay, so let's have a local feature.
Something local, right? Let's something local. Whether it's a beer. Whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a band.
Oh, Kohara Restaurant in Federal Way.
See? Now that's the brilliance. That's why your wife gets the Employee of the Month award.
Okay.
Which
I love you, baby.
I know. When you sent me that.
I'm going to take extra arginine.
And you included the people like local vegetables, like all this. Yeah. The local corner, the local minute, the local segment, that's the thing. Whether it's a local artist, the local beer, the local food, the local band.
Right.
The local company. Whatever it is, the local, the local moment, whatever we got to find a name for it. There's nothing sticking right now from my head.
So what's the next big thing in Seattle? You got something?
Carl's Jr.
Really?
No, I'm fucking kidding with you. God, you're gullible.
I know. Fish on! Actually, I've been to.
Well, I know. Yeah, I was trying to think some ridiculous national chain that ain't here yet.
And I was like, it's pretty good.
It's
actually,
not bad. I mean, if you want a Schlockburger, it's fine. There's a lot of good ones.
I love when people say it's better than Hardee's. I'm like, it is
Hardee's. You fucking clam dip. I know, right? I know. I love that too. It's great. What is it now? Let me think about that before we do that. Let's next podcast next week.
Yeah,
we're gonna launch our local.
Oh, ooh, okay. Launch our local.
We're gonna launch our local.
There it is. LOL.
Okay, cool. LOL. And
High five.
Whether it be a band, a beer, a restaurant, a food, an artist, a shop, a company, whatever.
Nice.
Something local.
Nice.
That's your wife. That's
Very
smart.
Good. Very good.
A local vegetable you can't get anywhere else. His name's Steve. Come on in, Steve. Wheel him in. Sorry. Nice. Terrible joke. Terrible.
Up and coming, Danny Bonaducci.
Yeah. The next
45 years later is up and coming.
Yeah, he is. Thank God he's up and coming again. I think it's the turmeric. I really do.
No, it's the arginine. Dilation.
Just excitement and emotion. The next big thing, I don't know, man. I think we've done a pretty good job of covering. The next big thing is probably old.
Yeah.
The next big thing is how it got to us. The next big thing is the platform, the delivery mechanism, this podcast, whether it be satellite radio. I mean, they're all evolutions of delivery.
Yeah.
It's Amazon. It's, Uber.
Yeah.
It's Uber. It's, what do you call them?
Everybody's
food
trying to
now?
Uber everything.
Everything.
Now.
You Uber food, right?
Yeah.
I want to start Luber. Where I want to bring you a sex toy.
Don't you guys advertise that on the Nate and
Uber?
Spike show?
Luber?
No, the whole lube thing with lovers.
Well, let's not go there. They sponsored some stuff for us. Okay. We got a little trouble.
Gonna stop.
Nate made Nate made a little bit off-color joke.
Really?
As I was doing a lovers commercial, and they heard it and they did not like it at all.
Oh my gosh!
Because they're trying to get away from that. There is no secret back room. There is no dark corner. It's all it's a whole thing.
Right. You're all exposed.
We're demystifying.
When you go in
we're demystifying. It's healthy. Come on, that's their thing.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody. Mm-hmm. And something for everybody and someplace to put it. They didn't like that idea. So anyway, be that as it may. the next big thing is, anything we want.
Yeah.
The next big thing is the answer. The next big thing is going to get us through the shit show and get us past the antiquated fossil fuel, pay cable, delivery mechanism, antiquated that we're chained to, the fucking ball and chain. It's the elimination of the ball and chain in every way, shape, or form.
Maybe whoever they is, maybe
they're listening.
The next big thing will be fascism, and all the delivery systems we've grown accustomed to will be taken away from us. And we'll be forced to deal with the next big thing, meaning there isn't anything that you want anymore available to you. Certainly with the speed.
See, and I came in here with just a shitty mood. And then we got through it.
I perked you up. You
did. I know. But the next big thing is fascism.
I'm wearing a shirt that
the
basically
next big thing
is Satan.
Fascism. It's funny you mentioned fascism, but I think maybe this is when the Fuhrer was elected. My silver lining, and I've told you this numerous times, is it's going to get so bad so fast it'll be over quick.
Yeah,
like ripping off a Band-Aid of idiocy. And I think maybe that's the case, especially how fast he's lit the fuse.
Yeah. He's
lit the fuse and put a bonfire under the keg of powder. I mean, the guy's just really going off the deep end, and they all are.
Yeah.
That's what got me so wild up yesterday is how people can't see this. Drives me nuts. Maybe the next big thing is that we fall down and fall so hard that we get this shit out of our system.
Yeah.
We get the old boys network out of our system. We get controlled by the special interest groups out of our system. If they get so much, I said when the election happened, I said, well, you know what? Now it's all theirs. They got every piece of power. They got all three branches. No, they got no excuses. Nothing's going to be hindering their way. Yeah. There's no obstruction. It's all you. Fall on your face or fly. And maybe that's the next big thing is that we'll this is going to be so bad so fast it'll be the last time we have to go through this shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know we've talked about this already today, but I don't know if we're going to do anything but regress. I mean, I know we talk about progress all the time, and there are so many great technological advantages, and we live in an area that is hyper-technological, right? Yeah. There's a lot of money here. There's a lot of industry and opportunity and growth and change, and yet I'm not jaded, and I'm not even what's the word?
Cynical?
What was that?
Cynical?
Yeah. I'm not cynical. I'm cautionist.
Okay.
I'm cautionist. I just made a great new word. The next big thing is cautionist. But
you're a cautionist. I like it.
I'm really, really concerned that there will be some form of regression, but I don't think it's a generational thing. I think it's seriously a 3 or 4 generation thing.
I don't think so. And you may be right.
The rubber band, bro. We keep talking about it. It's so hard over here. It's got to flip over. It's not going to just drop back to center. Nobody's ever going to just cave into moderacy again. I mean, I really don't see it ever happening. I just see it becoming more ambivalent and more angry. And
I hope you're not right. There's just as much chance you are as any point of view I can hold. But I think you can't put it back in the bottle.
Yeah,
you can't. And once we talk about entitlements, you can't take them away once you have them.
Yeah,
you're not going to get to a dystopian fascist society where you can't have what you want. We won't fucking stand for it as consumers. We won't.
Well,
and this may be the last dying grasp.
Say that.
You know what? Life. I quote the great Jeff Goldblum. Life finds a way.
Byron just loved the shit out of whatever you just said because 9 million hearts just popped on screen.
I said Jeff Goldblum. It's life.
All about the fly.
Life finds a way, man. I mean, you can't. Once it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
You're not going to convince people that it's okay just to show them 3 channels and we'll tell you what's on. You're talking about us going back to a North Korea type mentality. I mean, if you're talking about us, going to fascism and not getting what we want and regressing for multi-generations.
Yeah.
To our whole point today about delivery mechanisms, whether it's liberty or fucking pay cable TV, we'll get where we want to go.
Yeah.
And we won't stand for being held back with it.
Well, I'm not afraid of it. I just
No, you're fearful. You're a cautionist. You are, man. You really are. I love that, by the way. I love that. That's a great thing.
That's
a cautionist.
A cautionist tale. Hey, everybody. Facebook Live, rock and roll, CBS Radio. Not at CBS. But Spike and I. Hey, so I got to address a few people. So Tim Harine, my friend from high school, is watching right now, which is great. Byron says 9 million farts. I'm not sure what that means, but that is funny because anything to do with the word fart is funny. My cousin Candace says, hey there. So we're doing great. And Chandra, she's great. My friend, my very good friend. Congratulations. This is our most commented on live video yet. It was 5 comments. 5 people.
I think we've quadrupled.
It's because we do this at the worst time of day.
We've quadrupled our last
We're
time.
supposed to do this at 7 o'clock at night when like Jason Rantz does it and there's 10 million people watching him.
Whatever. Why? Watch him what? Eat?
Well, no.
What's he do?
Well,
does he have sex?
Fashionist.
He's a fashionist.
You know, I mean, no, fashionist. He's a fashionist.
That's what you said. Yeah, fashionist.
Oh, I thought you said fascist.
No, fashionist.
Yeah.
You know, people watch him try and close?
I don't know. Is that the deal? Well, you know who Jason is with Cairo?
No.
Okay, Jason does the night show, the 7 to 10 on Cairo.
Okay.
Great. Oh,
really?
Gosh. Yeah, great
show.
Great
really?
show. Yeah, because he's so he's.
You know what's funny? He's on after Ron and Don.
Yes.
Okay. I was talking to a guy yesterday, my dear friend Sebastian, who runs a Harley Davidson store locally. Last guy you'd think.
Yeah.
You know, he loves that guy.
He's awesome. He's so fair, Spike.
That's what he said. Half the time I love him. Half the time I want to drive the station and punch him in the mouth.
Yep. He would certainly consider himself a conservative. But what's interesting is he's gay.
Okay.
And so here he is, a gay man living in the city.
I didn't make that face because he's gay.
No.
I went Milo, gay conservative Milo antagonist.
No, but I just love the fact that he is he's an anomaly because it's so rare to be a gay conservative.
So he's a short time in town. Then this guy's just passing through Seattle.
Probably.
When I say that, because the talent level,
he's on his way up, bro.
I know. When I said short time in Seattle, I didn't mean he was going to go back to working at a bar.
Yeah.
I meant he's going to pass through the city and move on to bigger, better things.
Yeah.
Because an anomaly, a conservative gay man with talent.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're going to go places, and you don't have to go. Yeah, you don't have to go full Milo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to be, a painful antagonist just to get attention.
Yeah. You listen. I'm telling you, it's great. It's
sweet.
Great radio. And Jason,
7 o'clock?
He's 7 o'clock, 7 to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. He now has I don't remember his last name. His last name is Burns. Something Burns.
Dick Burns? Peter Burns? Sorry, it's my sophomore showing.
But great show. So I would recommend to people who actually are listening or watching us right now that they check out Jason Rantz's show at 7 p.m. on Cairo Radio. It's really, really
Is he
good.
local or is he piped in?
He's local. He's down wherever Cairo is, down down the street.
Yeah.
But a great cat, very funny, very kind, very nice. I've met him a few times and just a really sweet man. And balls of steel.
No kidding.
Humble in the right ways, but will not. It will definitely hold your feet to the fire. And what I love is he'll get on the radio with the mayor, and he'll just lambaste him. And yet there are what would be the word? There are political
common grounds
that should be so there's respect there. And so Ron Don would get on the radio and just lay into the mayor, and because they're seen as such right leaning, right? I mean, Don certainly much more than Ron,
right.
But they'll just lay into the mayor, won't give him a chance. And so Jason will get him on the show and they'll have a discussion. And the funny thing is he'll lay into the mayor right in front of him. And the mayor, will give him a chance to, because he's treated fairly. He'll question him, he'll push him, but at the same time he'll go, okay, I see your point. I don't agree in all of them, but again, fairness, moderacy. Ah.
Is that the next big thing? That'd be great, wouldn't it?
That would be great.
A return to moderacy and compromise. I wish.
Yes. Oh, Dan Wickham. Hey, Dan, bro. Yeah, and there's my brother-in-law, Rick's online. My sister-in-law, Kathy's online. Wow,
With the 8?
Byron is still here.
We haven't lost Byron.
The super fan.
I love him.
Byron and Mike, the super fans. Did you see the little post that Mike made?
Russian Mike?
Russian Mike.
I saw that.
And you're
That's
like,
great.
son of a bitch.
That's great. I love you, buddy. Don't take my ignorance as an insult. I only insult myself when I talk.
Anyway, I'm gonna shut off Facebook Live because I can't keep holding this phone. But we gotta finish up.
We gotta wrap
show.
up. Yeah.
Love you guys.
So the next big thing is cautionism.
Cautionism. God, I'm an idiot. That is like the worst.
No, I love it, man.
That is the worst word.
God, what is the next big thing? It's impatience is, and we hit it. We've hit it. I think all we can.
Yeah.
But the next big thing is I'm optimistic. It's funny you mentioned that you're kind of a cautionist, and you have I love that word. I really do. And that you're pessimistic. I think as to our immediate future as a culture. And I say immediate future with a multi-generational.
Maybe you've
that's
worn
a long-term
off on
ship. No, I'm not. I'm optimistic. I am optimistic to a fault.
That we'll just get through this and it'll be nothing. I think it's going to affect us strongly.
I told my daughter, I said, somebody.
Afraid.
I heard somebody say it's easier to knock down a sandcastle than it is to make it.
Sure.
And I think that's a great analogy for what we're going through as a culture, as a country right now. They're knocking down the sandcastle. Bannon's spoken objective is to destroy the establishment. To
I feel like he's
dismantle.
a cult leader.
He is a cult leader.
It scares me.
He is, and he's the fucking worm tongue. He's got. You're familiar with Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
he's worm tongue.
He's right there.
He's in his ear.
Yep.
And he's the one handed him the Obama tapped your phone story, and then lets him. I mean, I think they're setting Trump up. I really, really do. They're setting him up.
This is like a coup.
Yeah,
coup in waiting.
They're setting him up.
I think
their side is not our side.
No.
Their side is.
I do not disagree with you at all. I mean, it's funny too because again, you would think me as a sort of conservative leaning person would be pro him. I want him to be successful. I want to like him. I want to believe in him and honor him.
Talking about Trump, right?
I'm talking about Trump. But I don't. Because again, it goes back to that grudge thing. I just believe there's good, even if it's hidden in everybody.
Well,
but if you surround yourself with people that speak into your ear and all they speak is what you want to hear, and what you want to hear tends to favor you in your narcissism or your fears, then you're screwed.
Well,
they're meanwhile setting you up to destroy you so they can then run the show.
Have what you got them to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't want Trump to succeed because
it's mold.
Yeah.
It's insidious. They're just burning slowly.
I was told we started this off with I was kind of told I was un-American and I should move.
Yeah.
And I was infuriated by that, and it got under my skin so badly. I don't want Trump to succeed because his agenda is not Trump's. That's not his agenda.
Right.
You look at what he's always been as a person. When the election happened, my dad said, just look at who he's always been. All the crap he's saying, that's not who he is. He's going to, blah, blah, blah.
No, that is who you are.
No, I mean,
he is that guy.
No. He campaigned. He campaigned as a different person than he's always been. He's always been pro-choice, always been pro-gay. When he said, I don't care, let him use my bathroom. Let Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner use the bathroom at Trump Tower. That's who he is. To push an agenda that rolls back transgender rights is not who he is. That's who he's surrounded by, to your point. I don't want him to succeed because it's not his agenda that would succeed. Well, it's the agenda of the people that surround him.
So
he's an empty vessel, and the people around him are filling him with their agenda.
Well, let me say this because I don't want it. It's almost like you tagging me on Facebook and then people think that's what I think. I don't mean it the way maybe it came off. What I mean is I want him to be successful in things that help our country.
Yeah, I want our country to be. I want our country to be successful.
Now, it's just a whole bunch of crap.
I want what's best for our country. And then they said, well, that means supporting the president. No, sometimes that means standing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes that means being the opposition party. What's best for our country? I want our country to succeed.
That was ice being dropped into a martini glass.
Beautiful.
By the way.
It's cocktail time. Ready to go.
See?
Time to go.
Ding.
Yeah. I think we've had no, not at all, man. I think the next big thing is growth. And progress. I really do. I don't think it's retro. I don't think it's regression. I don't think the next big thing is regression. I think this is a tough time, but I think America pushes through.
I don't mind wearing plaid pants, though.
They got to be bell bottoms, though.